I have a clip here pertaining to the Black Panthers and Fred Hampton and the Chicago chapter of the Black Panthers, where the FBI had stated that they didn't want a black messiah, so they had to destabilize black people. Let's get into the news.
If we work with anybody.
Hampton and other Panthers helped the Young Lords and Young Patriots launch their own social programs. They organized protests together. And it was working. Members were traveling across the country to organize Rainbow Coalition chapters.
Particularly where Black Panther chapters were, but also in these rural white communities as well, to bring the revolution to bear. This blows people's minds. These people are not supposed to get along, but here they are operating as brothers of the struggles, as revolutionaries against the capitalist structure. And that was the threat to the state at the local level, but also at the national level.
In 1968, the FBI had sent around this internal memo. It outlined goals to prevent the coalition of militant black nationalist groups and prevent the rise of a messiah who could unify and electrify the militant black nationalist movement. It wasn't written about Hampton specifically, but by 1969,
Chairman Fred Hampton was the one that fit the bill.
The revolution was in the air. And the ways in which the Panthers was able to transcend those racial lines, especially their charismatic leadership of one like Fred Hampton, they saw him as a greater threat even than Martin Luther King or Malcolm X ever was.
You have to be living under a rock to not know that there is a plan to destabilize black people, to keep everyone's intellect low and not to pay attention to what's going on. There's also a lecture by a guy named Dick Gregory, a great lecture at that, to where he talks about this, and he also talks about the destabilization of Martin Luther King and how the FBI had a role in that, and the assassination of both Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, and also Fred Hampton, like Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale. Well, anyway, tell me what you guys think. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys back here in another video.